Hey y'all, welcome back to Timber and Smoke. Today we're going to be taking a look at Milan Tobacconist Christmas Blend. So, just a couple of housekeeping notes here. It's starting to get a little bit chillier here in the great Northeast. And I am committed to continuing to do these outside. So I've recently acquired a nice little propane heater to help keep me warm. And for this video in particular, I can't find my mic, unfortunately. It's a little breezy, so apologies in advance if that affects anything as far as the sound goes. And I'm still trying to find a better solution for keeping my phone a little bit more stable as I record these, so apologies if there's any wobble. So a couple things. I've just got my computer here just to look at some notes about the blend that I like to share. So this is from the Milan Tobacconist website about Christmas blend. It says, cinnamon, spice, and everything nice describes this special blend Milan's elves created to celebrate the season. And it is backed by very popular demand. Virginia, Burley, and Cavendish tobaccos come together to create a wonderful taste of spice, nutmeg, rum, and cranberries. This is the perfect blend for everyone to enjoy during the holiday season, including any non-smokers in the vicinity. The Christmas blend is available through December 31st, 2024. This blend is on Tobacco Reviews, but there's really nothing else that Milan Tobacconist website doesn't include about the blend. There's only a couple of reviews, like literally I think there's only 2 reviews about this blend on Tobacco Reviews, so not super helpful really. But again, so this is an aromatic tobacco. As the description states, there is Cavendish, Burley, and Virginia. So let's take a look. So I've poured a little bit out into this guy so you can see here. So just try to spread it out. You can see there is definitely a plenty amount of Cavendish in there. This is just a coarse cut, a mix between, coarse ribbon cut tobacco in there. Very easy to pack. As I spread it out, as I'm seeing what the camera's seeing, you see a lot more browns, but I would say that this is probably close to 50% Cavendish black tobacco in there. But you can see an intermixing of all those tobaccos in this blend. Very easy to pack, very easy to light. For me, the moisture is almost spot on, especially for an aromatic, right? An aromatic with all those toppings, the extra stuff in there can be a little bit, they tend to be a little bit more moist as far as the how wet the tobacco is out of the tin. Or in my case, the 4mm baggie. However, no drying time required. Yeah, I mean, it's ready to go. You can take it out, pack it, light it, and enjoy your smoke. What I do see from Tobacco Reviews is that they've been making this every year for a long time. I think the oldest review was from 2012, so they definitely have been making this blend for quite some time as a seasonal blend. And I think seasonal blends are really fun for a couple things. One, I think it's changing up what you smoke, and I'm trying to find, and I have a couple contenders that smoke that I could stack up on and have in a cellar. I'm not so sure how I feel yet personally as far as having a huge cellar of like stacking up on tobaccos, mainly because I have a hard time believing that for me personally I would go back and smoke those all. Even now I've been gifted a lot of tobaccos, and I'm already feeling overwhelmed by all the tins because I don't want to open those and then take so long to smoke it as I'm trying other blends, be that for what it's made. But so all that to say, I think seasonal blends, the reason I bring that up is I think seasonal blends are really fun because you can buy an ounce, smoke it for a couple of weeks or something like that. intermingle it there for whatever, and then it's done, and then you can go back to your daily blend or whatever it is, and then wait for it to come back. So I think that having something like that, a yearly release or whatever you'd like to call it, is kind of fun. And one last thing, I am smoking today out of this beautiful Jack of London 801 series. I got this from Redeemed Pipes. I would like to do a separate video on this and avoid that talk for now, but just a great Dublin, nice saddle, acrylic stem, black blasted. This pipe fits my fancy. I like black pipes quite a bit. I think they look very cool, very sharp. And this pipe just hits all the right buttons for me. So when I saw Redeemed Pipes post this, weaned back and forth for a little bit, but then I decided, and it's the right choice. This will probably be the one you see on the channel most of the time. I absolutely love this. Smokes great. It's a great little pipe. So as I've been smoking this, I've been trying to collect my thoughts on this blend a little bit. Very mild blend, right out the gate. The blend, as far as a nicotine punch goes, is very mild. You could smoke this all day and have no issues. The taste itself as well, it is not, it's an aromatic, but it's not a crazy strong aromatic, right? So there's topping for sure there, but it's not necessarily one that really punches you in the face. I poured out, I've had quite a few bowls of this at this point. I just got a 1 ounce little sampler baggie, so I've poured out most of, you know, all the tobacco that's in this for the demonstration in my little bowl, but still remnants in the bag for sure. And what I get from the bag is very sweet. You can tell that there's definitely some sweetened toppings on this. And the kind of the main player for me in the bag smell is something fruity, right? Some sort of fruit, kind of, you know, I don't want to use what's in the description, right? They say cranberry, but I can really see where they're getting that from, right? I can definitely smell that tardiness, fruitiness coming forth. Now, as far as the smoke goes, again, light's great, smokes really well. Yeah, I have got zero issues as far as keeping this guy lit and smoking it straight through with no relights. The taste, it's definitely there, right? The toppings, you definitely get those things. A spice, like a baking spice, you know, kind of think of cookies, right? It's Christmas season, and right now, right, everyone's baking cookies. The kitchen smells great. You know, your mom, your wife, maybe your daughters, or maybe yourself, right? Whoever's, you know, making cookies for that cookie exchange coming up, and you can get all that cinnamon, you know, like molasses cookies, and you get all these great smells going on. There's definitely that essence is definitely present in the tobacco here. Something else that this tobacco does for me is, I don't know how to describe it, but it just kind of warms my soul. And maybe it's because I'm out here in the cold, but it's hard to describe something as Christmassy, but in some weird way, I think a lot of us know what that means. And maybe it means something different to different people. But there's something about this that when I get it in, I get the warm and fuzzies, right? It just makes me happy. This is a great little blend, and I really, really do enjoy this quite a bit. The other thing that I really enjoy about this blend is that as I continue to progress through the bowl, the natural tobacco flavors start to come forward a little bit. It's only my second review. The last time I looked at Molto Dolce, and probably my biggest gripe for me out of that is I'm not getting the tobacco forward. That's just me. You may have that, maybe you don't. You be the judge. But for this one, I'm definitely getting, especially the Virginia coming forward, that nice sweetness, earthiness coming from the Virginias forward in this blend, and it's very, very good. And then it begins to mix with all those other toppings and components in this blend, and it's very enjoyable. And the last thing to say about this blend that I'll say about this blend is that it reminds me of fruitcake. Okay, so when I read the description, I was thinking, man, there's a lot going on in there, and I was trying to think of what that's like, right? And then as I was sipping on this, I was like, as you can see, the sun's starting to shine here. And as I was sipping on this blend, I was trying to really think, man, what does this remind me of? And I came to the conclusion that it's like a nice fruitcake. Now, fruitcake has mixed reviews, okay? You either love it or you hate it. But I personally don't mind. I really love dense breads and sweet breads. And this is like a very enjoyable fruitcake to me. So it's just, to me, this blend is a great Christmas time blend. I think it's great. I think that this blend is underrated. In the world of Christmas and seasonal blends right now, what I see is everybody talking about Kringle Flake. And part of that's due to Sutliff, closing out. Kringle Flake has got this history about it, that they've been releasing the last few years, being the successor to McClellan's Christmas release. So I get it. So I get that to a lot of people, Kringle Flake, especially this year, as Sutliff is going to be closing next year, that Kringle Flake holds a special place in a lot of people's heart. But what I would suggest to you is don't overlook this blend. Don't overlook Christmas Blend by Milan Tobacconist, because it's very good. It's very pleasant. The smoke is really pleasant. The people that you smoke this around will be happy that you are smoking that blend. And this would be a great little blend for someone who is curious about smoking a pipe. This would be a great blend for them to try. You're sitting around the holidays, maybe you've got a little fire going, or what may it be, and you're sitting down and you're smoking your pipe, and someone, a family member gets a whiff of that, or a friend, and they're like, that smells enjoyable. What is that? Can I try that? And you let them take a small draw, and this could be, this I think would be a blend that would make them want to continue smoking. When I first started smoking this one, I wasn't so sure how much I would go back to it, but I'm gonna use up my 1 ounce before Christmas time. I enjoyed it. It's a great little smoke, and that's pretty much all there is to say. That I don't want to keep dragging this on. So you can get this at milantobacconist.com. I believe that's the name of their website. Just Google search Milan Tobacconist and it will show up. Very easy to order. They got it to me very quickly. Again, this is available now through December 31st. So if you want some by Christmas time, I'd suggest you order it soon. With that being said, thanks all, and have a good one.